morning. I'm Anne, a Unity in Lynnwood prayer chaplain, and I welcome you in the congregation and online. I'm happy we're together. Let's close our eyes, if that's comfortable, and begin to welcome the breath of peace. The quiet and calm is calling us to be open and welcoming to our heart where divine loving presence dwells. We breathe in nice, steady breaths at our own pace. We breathe in trust and spaciousness. We breathe out what isn't serving. In and out we breathe, knowing that the quiet helps us restore. As we head into the silence, please take this affirmation if it resonates. I lean into the power of love which is surrounding and flowing through me exactly as I am. We gently bring ourselves to this now moment. We stretch, give ourselves a deeper breath, and we gently open our eyes. Gratitude is here. We are present, calm, grounded, and in unity. We are one with the Holy One. We hold blessings for all those who have come before us, are present with us, and who will be joining us in our future. So it is.
this table, everyone is welcome. At this table, everyone is seen. At this table, everybody matters. No one falls between. At this table, you can say whatever. At this table, you can speak your mind. At this table, everything's forgiven. There's enough for everyone. So come as you are. Remember that the door is always open. So come as you are. The perfect gift that you could bring is your heart. So come as you are. At this table, there will be no judgment. At this table, mercy has a seat. At this table, we're all sons and daughters. There's no place I'd rather be. So come as you are. Remember that the door is always open. Yes, come as you are. The perfect gift that you could bring is your heart. So come as you are.
Good morning, Unity in Lynnwood. As we begin, let's nourish ourselves with a few moments of this sacred stillness through opening prayer. We are creating for ourselves a still point in a spinning world. We invite the stillness of presence by attuning ourselves to a deep peace that binds us all together in a vast oneness. We relax, calm our bodies, and open into the loveliness of no time. Our hearts open into gratitude. I offer this hope thought attributed to Pope Francis, who made his transition following Easter. Hope is not an evasion of our struggles, but a decision to reach inside ourselves, draw out our strength, and do good in the world. He modeled and taught a message familiar to us. Find the Christ light in each person and cause it to shine. On these beautiful days that shine with fresh spring colors and so many signs of new life, we feel the thrill of renewal. It is an updraft and we can ride it. Today, I recommit to the message of rebirth, new life, and hope through intentional action. By forgiving myself my imperfections, and by forgiving the many imperfections that seem to be built into this earthly life, I free myself to offer a deeper love, a more profound peace, and a renewed commitment to justice for all life on our beautiful and beloved planet. And so it is.
So come as you are. Remember that the door is always open. Yes, come as you are. The perfect gift that you could bring is your heart. So come as you are, come as you are. At this table, everyone is welcome. At this table, everybody cares. At this table, everybody matters. So come pull up a chair.
Welcome, Unity in Lynnwood. Good morning. Happy spring. As you're able, please stand and greet your neighbor.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me, I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when I feel I've lost my way, when I go inside and I quiet my mind, I hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only
For our sing-along today, we're going to do I Will Be, Daniel Namad. If you'd like to sing along, the words will be on the screen. Here we go. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be. Here I stand, here I stand. A heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. Here I am one more time. Vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Kelly. What a good song. You kind of got them all calmed down and back in their seats and everything. Just right. Good morning. My name is Linda Babin, and I will be your platform host this morning. I'm honored to be with you. Thank you for being with us, whether you have arrived by foot, by car, by boat, by bicycle, by plane, or by remote control, our virtual joiners. Everyone is welcome in this lovely sanctuary that feels like spiritual home to many of us. I hope everyone has been able to find ways to enjoy these lovely spring days. They have been a gift. The biggest thrill of my week, I'm going to share with you, came on Earth Day, which was Tuesday, and John and I have a regular walk around a couple of little lakes, and this time of the year, we are always watchful. And this morning, out popped a mother duck and 13 babies. And they moved so fast, we could not count them. We had to take multiple pictures and go home and still it and blow it up, and then we could determine there were 13. Wow. So it was a thrill. We celebrate life here at Unity in Lynnwood all the time throughout the year, and it's especially easy to do that in the springtime when we can gaze right out our windows here and see the brilliance of new fresh green leaves budding on our property, and we feel that uplift. We not only celebrate life here, new and old, we also reflect together upon ways we can be in service to life and to one another. This past week, many celebrated Earth Week and honored and celebrated Mother Earth, which sustains us all. I suspect many of you found ways to honor, bless, and savor the beauties of spring. And for me, even just sitting in a chair and gazing is a great way to savor. Some of you may have dirt under your fingernails, though. And if I'm correct, we may be offering you an opportunity in about a week to come on back to Unity and get some dirt under your fingernails. As we celebrate life together at Unity in Lynnwood, we also recognize how incredibly diverse life on planet Earth is. Our highest value, which is love, I see as this overarching principle, and then it takes in and it honors and it hovers over all the diversity of this interconnected web of which we are all a part. We are welcoming and inclusive at Unity in Lynnwood, and it is our fierce intention that as we gaze upon one another, our eyes look first and foremost for the common spark of the divine that we all share. Our pledge is to not allow any apparent differences to hide the fundamental truth of our oneness. From the depth of that intention, we welcome you here very sincerely, just as you are, and we hope Unity in Lynnwood is or may come to feel like spiritual home to you too. If you were able to stay following service today, please join us for across the hall in the Friendship Hall for a few refreshments, although, because I'm thinking as I'm talking, we may move food in here today because of, no, we're not. You'll hear later about the town hall meeting. Just follow that original thought. Across the hall, find some food and refreshment, and maybe make a new friend or enjoy some stimulating conversation. Thank you. So glad that you are with us this morning.
Bring it on, everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do, and oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something that's gone, that'll never return. I think I finally learned, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for
from my next thing to do. And oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's finally time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. And oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I've survived many times before. I've broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be alright, yes I will, once more. Just like I did back then, I'm gonna rise again. So bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. And oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I know it's gonna be everything new.
Great. Thank you, Kelly. Beautiful. Bring it on, right? Bring it on. Sorry, I forgot to hug it first. Good morning. So blessed to be here with you. Oh, the flowers are beautiful all over. What a beautiful day. I am coming to you with garden fingernails. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you, Linda. Beautiful welcome, beautiful presence. Yes, gardening hands. Well, welcome in the sanctuary. Welcome in the heart of love and spirit. Welcome online. We're so grateful that you've chosen to be with us here today. And there's a few people I want to just say hello to. John, hello from Uganda. So good to see you. Ursula from Cocoa, Florida. Debs from South Jersey. Tom from Edmonds. Cindy and Dallery, and so many more. Thank you for being here. Let's say good morning to our friends. If you'll just all look over here at this camera, say, welcome, friends. We love you. We appreciate you. And we see the love of God as you. So in our service every Sunday, we talk about why we gather, and our mission here is about practical spirituality and welcoming community, making it simple to know why we gather together. So we hope that every time we gather that there is some practical teaching that will serve us, and there's a welcoming of every soul in this space. So we hope you feel that. We also have value statements we want you to be aware of. And today is number 1. We offer a metaphysical teaching which encourages regular spiritual practice, including prayer, meditation, affirmation, denial, service, and study. And so metaphysical practice is exploring the nature of reality, existence, and the universe, sort of beyond the realm of physical and scientific inquiry. It's beyond the literal meaning of what we see. We also have a beautiful invocation that we share every Sunday about the spirit of and nature of the world. So let's share this together. Though imaged and named variously, there is a singular and eternal ground of being from which all life emanates and into which all life retreats. We choose to call this ground of being God. By extension, we come to that we are spiritual in nature, human in expression, and limitless in potential. we gather today to remember such truths, to celebrate our unity, and to honor all life. So I am deeply grateful to be here, and today is a special day for many of us and for me, because we have a special guest here today. It's my joy and honor to introduce a truly luminous soul, Imam Jamal Rahman. And he's here as our guest speaker, but most of you don't need to be introduced to him. He's been coming for well over 25 years, and he looks about the same age, I'm sure. He's a respected speaker and author and a co-founder of Interfaith Community Sanctuary. It's an organization that's dedicated to fostering and understanding compassion and connection across interfaith faith traditions. He's a Muslim Sufi imam and a beloved teacher, serving as an adjunct faculty of the Seattle University and the Pacific Lutheran University. His voice of peace and wisdom has been shared through the New York Times, CBS News, NPR, as well as his three amigos or other amigos of interfaith that have joined, and one of them is present here today. He's deeply rooted in the Sufi tradition of the heart. Imam Jamal reminds us in the spirit of Rumi that the lamps are different, but the light is the same. His work builds bridges across religious, cultural, and spiritual landscapes, invites us into a deeper experience of our shared humanity and this divine essence. And I've had the privilege of being in his presence and seeing that his light shines so brightly. His latest book is The Fragrance of Qur'an, and I think he brought a few copies here today, so you're welcome to get one of those. I was gifted one. I'm so grateful. It's a testament to a lifelong devotion of the spiritual awakening and a social transformation of the soul. So today we're blessed to receive his presence, his heart, and his deep well of wisdom in all spiritual traditions. Please welcome Imam Jamal Rahman.
Thank you so much, Sister Denese. Wow, you were so gracious in your introduction. I'd like to meet him too. The way So, again, thank you so much for your exquisite hospitality. And I really want to also thank Sister Stacy Bailey, her family, and all the members of the congregation for really your heartfelt welcoming of myself, my family, my congregation. And what a joy to be in a place like this, Unity in Lynnwood, that really embodies, and my senior colleague, Brother Ted Falcon, will validate that. This is a place that validates what interfaith stands for. Myself, Rabbi Ted Falcon, Pastor Don McKenzie, we say that interfaith is not about conversion, it is about completion, becoming a more complete, developed human being. And I also want to say that, there's a late Swiss theologian, maybe some of you know him, Hans Kung, very well known. He said, if you really want peace between nations, you have to have peace between religions. And this is a place that fosters and lives that insight. So today I want to talk about that book that you so kindly showed, but about a technique called Hal and Maqam. So in my training as a Muslim and as a Sufi, which is a mystical aspect of Islam, my parents, my teachers would give me a Quranic verse and say, just ponder on that, reflect on that. And then after a week, they would say, what did you understand from that? And I would say what I did understand, and they would say, that's just a knowledge of the tongue. You have to move to a knowledge of the heart. Go deeper. So then they would give me maybe another Quranic verse, then the week after that, a teaching story, or a poetry from Rumi, Hafiz, Rabia. The whole idea is that as you meditate on that, as you ponder on that, and that's the essence of the book, maybe some insights will arise from within you. As Rumi says, something might splash in your heart. That's called hal. It creates an awakening. And then if I, over time, because that was so beautiful, I incorporate that into my daily living. If my daily living becomes perfumed, you might say, as the Sufis say, with that insight, it creates a maqam, which means a higher station, higher evolution. So the entire process, I think, is embodied in this wonderful verse that says, once the blush of the beloved graces you, there is no going back to becoming a green apple. Once the blush of the beloved graces you, there's no going back to becoming a green apple. Okay, so the Quran. Quran means recitation. How was the Quran conceived? You know, the Prophet Muhammad in the 6th century, in the Arabian Peninsula, he used to despair of the savagery of his time. He would go and meditate in the caves. And one particular late evening or early morning, we know the year, 610 CE, after birth of Christ, he saw this luminous light approaching, which announced itself as Angel Gabriel and said to Muhammad, Iqra, recite. And he got so scared. And so long story, he ran down the mountain, but his wife, we are so grateful, Khadija, persuaded him to come back, thinking his hallucination is over. But once again, that light, Iqra, recite. And he felt this incredible pain from within him, and words of beauty poured out of his mouth. And this happened for 23 years. And the collection of that is called the Quran. So the point I want to make here, many points, but one is the Quran has its roots in the womb of silence. So the Quran says, in silence, practice silence, because in silence, angels and the Spirit descend. Now, in my childhood, I spent some years in Turkey and Iran because my parents are diplomats, and I became a fan of, well, what should I say, fan, a heartfelt devotee of Rumi, the 13th century sage Rumi. You know, his pronouncements are all really about an inner teaching of the Quran. So when Rumi, he reads this verse in the Quran about silence, he did very little writing, just would become very still and burst out. And he burst out with uttered these beautiful verses. Silence is not the absence of sound. Silence is the absence of the little self. And he goes on, silence is the language of God. Everything else is a poor translation. Let me take one more. He has many more, but one more. In silence, the branches of your intelligence grows new leaves. In silence, the branches of your intelligence grows new leaves. So, question for me, Brother Jamal, question for you, am I practicing silence? It is critical. You know, in that book called Book of Joy by Dalai Lama Desmond Tutu, Dalai Lama says every day he meditates 6 hours. The late Desmond Tutu, every day he would meditate 3 hours. So I asked myself, Brother Jamal, are you practicing silence in your life? It's critical. So just be with that for a few moments. Okay, I mentioned Quran. Quran is the holy book of Muslims that practice Islam. You've heard, of course, the word Islam. What does Islam literally mean? It literally means surrender to God. But what are you surrendering? You're surrendering your attachment to your ego, says the Quran. So that, and the Quran says, so that you can bring a heart turned in devotion to God. So, Islamic spiritual teachers say the most one half of our work on planet Earth is to work on what is called doing the inner inconvenient work. Transforming the ego, opening up the heart. And the other half is to be of service to God's creation. So this inner inconvenient work, the Quran has a verse, several verses that says, God will not change the condition of a people until they change what is inside of them. It's a verse from the Quran. So I was given a verse by a 19th century South Asian Sufi poet who wrote, Jamal, your face was dirty, your face was unclean, but you were obsessed with cleaning and polishing the mirror. Your face was unclean, but you were obsessed with cleaning and polishing the mirror. So what is this critical work we all have to do to raise our consciousness so we can really authentically work in diminishing the social injustices? You can have legislation, you can have education, they're powerful. But all the holy teachers say, unless you do the inner inconvenient work, it becomes difficult to really authentically contribute to social justice, to planetary degradation, because we have conditioned biases within us. We have problems with the ego. And that's out of cosmic design. The Quran suggests you are here on planet Earth through self-witnessing. The Prophet Muhammad said, know thyself, and you shall know thy sustainer. Know thyself. In Christianity, be still and know I am God. Prophet Muhammad said, die before you die, meaning die to all that is false within you before you die a physical death. The Quran suggests, Jamal, you've got to do the work of transforming your ego, taming your ego, whatever you call that, from a commanding master into a personal assistant. So, we, the amigos, we love to share those fictional stories of the mullah who helps us to go beyond the ego. How? Through self-witnessing. This is in every tradition, by the way. Please, with compassion, shine the light of awareness on yourself. And the best way, the Islamic teachers say, is to do it through humor. Through the story of in Islam, they have that fictional character that I said was called Mullah Nasruddin. So here's one of our favorite stories, myself, Rabbi Ted, and Pastor Don McKenzie. The mullah goes to work. Lunchtime, opens his lunch pail box. What does he find? A cheese sandwich. Second day, third day, fourth day, it's always a lousy cheese sandwich. 10th day, I'm getting sick and tired of this lousy cheese sandwich. His puzzled co-workers say, Mullah, why don't you ask your wife to make you, be gentle with her, be persuasive, be compassionate, to make you a different kind of sandwich? I'm not married. Who makes them? I do. But you see, this is a story of our lives. We are stuck in patterns of behavior, blaming this, blaming that, blaming all kinds of external things, but not looking within myself. Prophet Muhammad was asked, what is the greatest cause for the downfall of humanity? And Prophet Muhammad said, pride, arrogance. Here's a mullah story. On a moonlit night, the mullah is on his constitutional walk, happens to pass by a well. He peers inside the well. He is shocked. Why is he shocked? Oh my God, the moon has fallen into the well. Sister Moon, fear not. He rushes home, gets a rope and a hook. He flings it inside. He catches something. He heaves and he pulls and he heaves and he pulls. Something comes loose. He falls on his back and sees the moon restored to its proper domain. And he says, thank God I came along. So this is a way of examining our subtle pride. You see, Rumi says, someone lies Someone says something terrible, the fires of hell rise up within you. You call this defense of truth, defense of religion. Ah, says Rumi, but you don't notice your own arrogant soul. So we have to become, through self-witnessing, through humor, becoming aware of our ego traits. Pride, greed. Prophet Muhammad, he was asked, what are some important ones? He said pride, greed, jealousy, unrestrained anger. Anger is beautiful because if it's righteous anger, it can motivate me to take action. It motivates me. But if it's uncontrolled, it morphs, it festers into revenge. Being unfair. The ends justifies the means. Which is why in the Quran it says, when you're angry, lower your voice. Now Rumi, when he reads that, he comes up with this poetry. Yes, lower your voice. Remember, it is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. And then Al-Ghazali, a very famous Sufi master, says, besides lowering your voice, change the tone of your voice. Change the tone of your voice. That can be more important than the content of what you're saying. Okay, coming back to the real inner inconvenient work, I'm watching the time. The Quran says, you also have to cleanse and open your heart. There's a verse in the Quran that says, Jamal, when you have an evil thought, terrible thought, and you engage in terrible, inappropriate behavior, it creates a veneer, the Quran says, of rust on your heart. Your hearts become rusted. And Prophet Muhammad said, for every rust there is a polish, and the polish for the rust of the heart is remembrance of God, meaning use God's solvents to cleanse the heart, to polish the heart, patience, generosity, graciousness, truth-telling, love, compassion. Not easy work. So when Rumi reads this verse, he goes into trance. So what is his utterance? If you get irritated by every rub, how will the mirror of your heart ever be polished? If you get irritated by every rub, how will the mirror of your heart ever be polished? I'm amazed at the seeker of purity, that when it comes to polishing, he or she complains of rough handling. It's difficult work. And the Quran says there's more. You got to open your heart. Allow it to break open. How? Many ways. One is by embracing not only your 10,000 joys of life, but also your 10,000 sorrows of life. The Quran says all feelings are sacred. If difficult feelings are coming up, it is, as Carl Jung would say, it is coming up because it is begging to be kissed. Carl Jung's famous words, Jamal, would you once in your life have the courage and the grace to kiss the demons and dragons within you? That is how they turn into a prince or princess. I teach classes, and one is about how to open your heart, how to embrace not only your joys, but also your sorrows, your difficult feelings, which are coming up, so you can acknowledge them, heal them, and integrate them. So you become a more complete, developed human being. My anger becomes transformed into an inner vigor, enthusiasm. My fear into greater mindfulness. My sadness into greater empathy. So Rumi has this verse, take a pickaxe, Brother Jamal, take a pickaxe and break open your stony heart. Take a pickaxe and break open your stony heart. The heart's matrix is glutted with rubies. Springs of laughter are buried in your chest. Take a pickaxe and break open your stony heart. The heart's matrix is glutted with rubies. Springs of laughter are buried in your chest. So ask yourself, am I doing this inner inconvenient work, which is a lifetime of work? So the Prophet was asked, tell us more, be more practical. I don't think he said to be more practical, but how can I practice this? And Prophet Muhammad said, in your daily life, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, you are making choices. Because you have free will. You're making choices. And by those choices, you're either ennobling your soul or diminishing your soul. It's a lifetime of work. So just be with that for a few moments. Am I doing the inner inconvenient work? Okay. I'm looking at the time very quickly. The Quran says we are filled with mysteries. Mystery of the self. Who am I? Who am I? The Quran says God created humanity by molding that being with water and clay, but then infused it with Allah's breath. And oh, human being, you're so special, you have no idea. In the Quran it says God commanded the angels to bow to the human and the angels, they were reluctant. And God says, you do not know what I know. I've placed the name of all things in the human, meaning the human being, because of the divine spark, has incredible potential. The Quran says you can rise to the highest of the highest or sink to the lowest of the lowest. So Rumi, again with his poetry, you are a ruby in the midst of granite. How long will you continue to deceive us? For we can see the look in your eyes. So please return to the root of your real self. Return to the root of your real self. Go beyond your personality. What is your personality? If I quote the Buddha says your personality is nothing more than a bundle of conditioned reactions to life's circumstances. So I've got to do this inner inconvenient work continuously. Okay, who am I? Then, what is my purpose here on earth? A wonderful quote from the Prophet, from God to the Prophet Muhammad, called Hadith Qudsi. God says, I was a secret treasure and I longed to be known, and so I created you and the worlds visible and invisible. We have a purpose here on earth. It's a mystery, there's a wonderful story of the mullah. It's all allegorical. He's in a tavern, drinking and drinking and drinking. It's 4 a.m. He stumbles on the street. Just walking along aimlessly, a policeman accosts him. Sir, who are you? Where did you come from? Where are you going? Mullah says, sir, if I knew the answer to all those questions, I'd be home already. We have no idea why we are here. But you know one thing, the Quran says, understand this, worship Allah. Rabia, that very beautiful, spiritual, 6th, 7th, 8th century, we don't know exactly when she was born, female sage, she says, even though all my material needs are fulfilled, there is a disease in my breast no doctor can cure. Only union with that friend can cure it. Hafiz, that 14th century Hafiz says, God revealed to me a sublime secret. God said to me, beloved one, I am made whole, I am made complete by you. Each soul completes me. Each soul completes me. What a strange journey. We have no idea really why we are on planet Earth. But if you study the world religions, if I study the Quran deeply, we are here as an umbrella of all the activities we are doing in our life. As the Hindu says, a student, as a householder, as a forest dweller, as a spiritual human being. Two main reasons. I'm here to become more Christ-like, more Buddha-like, Elohim-like, and I'm here to be of service to God's creation. Okay, the mystery of God. You know, I look around here, there's a verse of the Quran that says, if all the trees in this universe became pens and all the 7 oceans became ink, you began to write out the mysteries of God, and your ink was depleted, but you replenished them, you wouldn't come closer describing a fraction of the fraction of the fraction of God's mysteries. When Rumi read this poetry, trance, sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment. Sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment. Cleverness might be opinion, judgment. Bewilderment might be naked vision. Another verse from the Quran I like. God encompasses all vision. No vision encompasses God. God encompasses all vision. No vision encompasses God. Again, Rumi. Trance. The lover visible, the beloved invisible. Whose crazy idea was this? Okay, another one from the Quran. Allah is closer to you than your jugular vein. Allah is closer to you than your jugular vein. I mean, you know, there's so many stories in the mystical tradition. This fish asking another fish, you know, in the ocean, let's go to that famous sage to ask this important question. And goes to the famous sage, and what is the question that ocean fish has? Oh, sage, tell me, where is the ocean? Where is the ocean? Where is the ocean? We're immersed in mystery. Allah is closer to you than your jugular vein. A true story of Rabia, that beloved female sage. She's walking in the streets of Basra. She's from Iraq. And she comes across this very famous spiritual master. And he's having this adoring hundreds of students. And he's telling them, Allah is so compassionate. Allah is so merciful. All you have to do is just knock on Allah's door. Keep knocking, 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 knocking. Allah is so compassionate, and one day the door will open. Rabia goes to the master and says, brother, when was the door ever closed? And he gets up and bows to her. Okay, one more from the Quran. I'm watching the time also. Every so way you turn is the face of Allah. Every so way you turn is the face of Allah. Rumi has several verses on this. One of them is, oh God, you have created this I, you, we, they. Oh God, you have created this I, you, we, they, to play the game of adoration with yourself. Oh God, you have created this I, you, we, they, to play the game of adoration with yourself. In the Quran, this verse has become very popular after 9/11. Allah in the Quran says, we have created diversity among people, different religions, different cultures, different races, men and women, for one primary reason. So you might get to know the other on a human level. That's the primary reason God has created diversity. I'm not saying Muslims practice that. I'm not saying non-Muslims practice that. But the Quran says that's why you are here. So you might come to know the other on a human level. So how do I deal with an adversary? The Islamic mystics say, Jamal, practice 3 cups of tea. Listen, respect, connect. So I and Brother Ted and Don, when we meet people who are Islamophobic, anti-Semitic, and misogynistic, first thing is listen. What is listening? Rumi says, let me tell you what listening is. In a trance, he says, listening is metaphorically putting your head on the person's chest and sinking into the answer. Putting your head metaphorically on the person's chest and sinking into the answer. So I asked myself, Brother Jamal, are you really listening in life? to the other? Because everybody has a story. Okay, listen, respect. You know, the most quoted word in the Quran is Allah, Allah, Allah. The second most used word is ilm, knowledge. And the Quran says the greatest knowledge is self-awareness and becoming aware. So listen, respect. Become aware that you're angry at that person's behavior, not that person's being, which is Christ nature, Buddha nature, Elohim nature, Krishna nature. Can you make this discernment in your mind as you take right action? A wonderful mystic, Kabir from India, says, when you meet somebody who's adversarial, protect yourself. Don't allow yourself to be abused. Take the right action. But as you take the right action, I beg you, I implore you, I beg you, I implore you, make a differentiation between the person's behavior and being in your mind and heart. And just that discernment, which is subtle in your mind and heart, can shift heaven and earth. Listen, respect, connect. Get to know the other on a human level. Don't start talking about politics or religion, your differences. Connect on a human level. Get to know the human being. I love that Christian saying by a Christian writer, this universe is made out of stories, not atoms. Okay, I want to end. I'm looking at the time. I had this whole pocket full of all kinds of things to say. Thank you. So last one is, the Quran says, be mindful of time. It really says that, be mindful of time. Time is precious. Time is fleeting. And Quran says, Jamal, say and do whatever needs to be said and done before your time comes to leave. Prophet Muhammad said, yes, please do that. I love you, please forgive me. You know, his famous words are, it is better to blush in this world than in the next world. And Rumi says, travelers, it is late, it is late. Life's sun is going to set. Travelers, it is late. Life's sun is going to set. In the brief moments you have time, please spare no effort of your wings. Childhood, youth, maturity, and now old age. Every guest agrees to stay 3 days, no more. Master, you asked me to remind you, time to go. So I asked myself, I ask you, what is it I need to say, to do? Do it now. The Sufis say, the time is now, the place is here. At least start the process. It's later than you think. I'll end with this mullah story. The mullah is in London Museum, and there's a very famous guide, a professor, very erudite, learned, who says, this is 5,000 years old. Excuse me, says the mullah, is 5,004 years old. The guide is annoyed. This is 10,000 years old. Excuse me, is 10,004 years old. Quite annoyed. This is 50,000 years old. Excuse me, is 50,004 years old. Now he's really annoyed. He says, sir, you come from the mysterious East. You have a turban, you have a beard. It's exotic. But how can you be so laser precise about those dates? Simple, says the mullah. I was here 4 years ago. At that time, you mentioned those dates. It's later than you think, so let me stop here. And Sister Denese said I can do a short meditation. Just close your eyes. You know, I had said Quran is recitation. Please chant the equivalent of Om in Islamic spirituality, Hu, H-U. Please chant Hu, and give it voice. Hu, Hu. Keep going. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم الصراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. And keep your eyes closed and focus on your heart. Our heart has been yearning to connect with us. And listen to this beautiful revelation that came to the Prophet Muhammad in a dream, where Spirit says, God says to each one of us, beloved one, God says, I cannot be contained in the space of the earth. I cannot be contained in the space of the heavens, but I can be contained in the space of the pure, loving heart of my devotee. So becoming aware that divine heart is inside human heart. The space of the heart is actually boundless. If it works for you, only if it does, put your hand over your heart and feel your heart. Feel a connection with you and the divine you, your higher self, inside the innermost chambers of your heart. Allah, God, Spirit is outside of us, but also inside of us. And the Sufi says, do this meditation, no matter how awkward it might feel initially, it's powerful. If you practice it, focus on the heart and say those words, I love you, but with feeling. I love you. I love you. But say it silently if you want, or loud, but say it to your heart. Either I love you, or if it's better, you are loved. But saying it again and again and again and again, you can never overdo it. I love you. You are loved. You can add other words if you like. Thank you. I am so grateful. Or, please help me. I need help. I surrender to you. I love you. I love you. But with feeling. As much as possible. As you keep saying those words, amazingly, divinely, a most beautiful divine vibration is flowing from the tongue into the mouth, goes into the throat, deep into the chest, even deeper into the heart, even deeper into what is called the hidden, even deeper into the hidden of the hidden, astonishingly, amazingly, healing us, blessing us, loving us, empowering us. Just let go of everything, just become very still, feeling loved, feeling grateful. I'll do a chant, which opens virtually all of the 114 chapters of the Qur'an. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. We have wonderful Sufis here. Please join me in singing it again. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. At your convenience, please gently opening your eyes. And once again, may I tell you, deeply grateful for your presence and for your appreciation. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, I usually have a lot of words to say at this particular moment, and today I'm a little plumb out of words. So much gratitude, so much love. There were so many things said in Jamal's introduction, and I'm not sure I heard the word joy. I've heard Jamal many times, and the word I think of every time I hear his name is joy. The sound of your voice makes me joyful. And I was sitting here, I wonder if there were others saying, gosh, I'm glad we can go online and I can hear this again. And maybe again and again. Oh, how enriching. Thank you. Bless you. Each week at Unity in Lynnwood, we offer opportunities to practice giving and receiving right about now. By doing so, we bless this community through our financial gifts, and we bless ourselves by stepping into the sacred cycle of giving and receiving. This is the reciprocal nature of the spiritual universe. Poet, essayist Mark Nepo wrote, "The very heart of gratitude is giving and receiving. This is the exhale and the inhale of relationship that keeps us well." We give our gifts today with the highest intentions for good and for all parties concerned, givers and receivers. Unity in Lynnwood is deeply grateful, of course, for all gifts given. Electronic giving options appear on the screen behind me, on your screen at home. For those choosing to give a physical gift, the ushers will gratefully pass baskets now. If you would like information about Unity in Lynnwood's programs of regular giving, planned giving, or legacy giving, please do take a Giver's Circle brochure back at the Welcome and Information Station, or you can write the Board of Trustees directly. For those already participating, we extend a special thanks. And now if you'll join me for the giving affirmation as it appears on our screen. I give freely and fearlessly, fulfilling the law of giving and receiving.
All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love in sweet surrender.
Thank you, ushers. Thank you, Kelly. Well, it's never our intention to put anyone on the spot, but we do really appreciate being given the chance to just a quick round of applause. If there's anyone with us here today that might be here for the first time, if you wouldn't mind raising a hand or giving a little wave. Wonderful. So I'll draw your attention to a couple of things to orient you. In front of you, in the back of the chair there, you'll find some little cards, and they give some information, including newcomers packet, newcomers information, a place to put down a contact info if you would like to be on our mailing list to receive something just a couple of times a month. There is a prayer request card. At the back corner here where I'm pointing, we have a welcome and information station. And if you can't see where I'm pointing because the camera's in the way, where my friend is, where Daniel is waving. We have a lot of brochures back there. We have announcements of activities going on that are sponsored by Unity in Lynnwood, and also community things. So it's worth anyone stopping by and taking a look from time to time. We also have a daily word, a small inspirational booklet we want to offer to anyone newly visiting with us, complimentary copy. You can get that either at the back or in the Soul Things book and gift store that is right inside the front door. I have a few invitations for you. Please consider the offerings of Unity in Lynnwood Small Group and Interfaith Ministries. They are appearing on the screen now. Of course, more information is always available on the website. Today at 12:30, we are having a town hall meeting. Please join us for an important meeting where we will continue our discussion on the minister search and explore the direction we want to take as a community. Your point of view matters, and we want to hear from you. And it has been whispered in my ear, our food will appear magically at the back of the sanctuary. So that's how that little transition is going to work. Thursday, May 1st, 6:30 p.m. Do you know a teen who's ready for an exciting night out? Teen Night is the ultimate hangout packed with good vibes, new connections, and unforgettable moments. Whether they're looking to kick back, meet new friends, or dive into some awesome activities, this is the place to be. Please, again, check out our website for all details. Our web address is www.unityinlynnwood.org. Saturday, May 17th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., come shop awesome handmade things, quirky creations, and cool artisan goods from local vendors. Vendors will keep all their sales, and the table fees go straight to supporting our amazing youth group's upcoming adventures. Donations are totally optional. Just showing up makes a difference. And by the way, if you have a 6-foot-long banquet table and you could lend it to us for a day, please reach out to Stacy at unityinlynnwood.org. She would be so very grateful. I have a very quick note. We have previously announced an August event, August 5th, of a visit from Suzanne Giesman. I just checked on ticket sales. They are going strong. So final reminder here, if you want one, don't hesitate. And I have 2 people that want to come up and offer an announcement as we close. First, I believe, will be Daniel Coffis, and then Palikini will make the second announcement. And Daniel's going to bring his friend Tim, apparently.
Thank you, Linda. So as everybody knows, we hold our Work, Pray, Eat events. We held the first of 3 that we're going to have. So Work, Pray, Eat, we spent about 3 hours working, prepping the building, the yard. We did great work with this amazing group of people. Let's give them a round of applause again. And we have the second event coming up next weekend on Saturday. So we had about 20 people come out 3 weeks ago. We need 30 or 40 coming out, right? And remember, the whole idea behind this is we we upgrade the quality of our facility, we get more rentals coming through, we get more funds coming to the church, and we can do more incredible things in the community. Tim, you want to tell us about what's happening Saturday?
Greetings. Bring your picks, axe, rake, shovels, other implements of destruction. Wrong story. It's next Saturday. 3? Okay, May 3rd. We have several projects. We'd like to redo the deck. We're going to prep the railings for painting, make the front look completely good. And I will personally give you your own 8-foot by 8-foot space of dirt to take out every weed in the back. We'll make the back look good for weddings, pictures, those types of things. So it's fun. Hopefully it's not raining, and I'd love to see you all there. Thank you.
Sometimes the memos, they get lost. Okay, good morning. I'm here. It's Prayer Sunday, so our spotlight this time is on Divine Wholeness Blessing. And I wanted to explain a little bit about what that actually is. So Divine Wholeness is the term we use for offering physical touch to channel healing to others. And we know that all of us do channel energy throughout our bodies. And we know that physically touching a person can allow this healing energy to flow into them. So once a month, chaplains offer this type of healing touch to you. And by touching the shoulders of a person coming up for divine wholeness, we allow loving energy from us to channel through our hands into that person. We do this without talking, and we know that energy will go where it is needed. It's a simple process of sharing a blessing with the other person, with you. So Anne and Barbara Thorpe will bless you in the back or wherever. Where are we doing that? Because of the tables. Okay, today we'll do it in the family room. And you can have this silent blessing with them in the family room. So I would just ask, when you're leaving, if you could be mindful to leave the family room door open, because that's been kind of an issue that nobody can get in the family room. So just today, thank you. And Amanda and I will be available for prayer up here. Having a prayer with us is a way to celebrate you, there's Amanda, or pray with you any concerns you have. So come join us for either of those activities. You'll be glad you did.
I don't know. I don't usually play with this. I love you. I bless you. I appreciate you. Well, what a beautiful day. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Brother Jamal. Thank you all for being here and creating this fabulous day. So we have our closing affirmation or statement of faith that we say every week. And this is a reminder of our basic teaching. Let's say this together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the infinite, living, loving presence of God. And so it is. This is our basic teachings of non-duality. So let's go forward. We got a beautiful song closing. We'll have refreshments in the back. Brother Jamal and I will be out in the hallway. There's prayer in that family room. So no reason to go home early. Then we also have the town hall right here in this space at 12:30 with the board. So thank you all. Kelly.
May the long time sun shine upon you, all love
within you.